Hello. If you are here watching the replay, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you coming and supporting me. I appreciate if you would please give a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe if you are not already subscribed. I am the Pescatarian Gardener and I'm in Zone 9A. Um, I appreciate those of you that consistently come to watch the replay. Lisa, Joe, Nedra, besos, love you guys. You are always so supportive. So today's live is going to be wonderful. We're going to be talking about gardening goals. And I'm sure that it will go into other goals as well, not just gardening. Hey, Darth, how are you? Thank you for being numero uno. Welcome. Hey, PIA, how are you? Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate that. Um, I'm ready. Whenever you get it done, I'll be so proud to grace my locks with your wonderful creation. So whenever you're ready, let me know. I'll cash app you and we'll get it done. Hey, Bennett with Arthur Butler. How are you? Thank you so much for coming. Please tell Fran I said hello. I appreciate that. Hey, Gina versus Gina. I need to check out your last video. I saw that it was coming. I mean, it was posted that you had it up, and I didn't get a chance to, but I'm going to check it out. I always love your lives and your videos, especially the lives. To be honest with you, I love your lives. Oh my goodness, they are just so down to earth. It's like you're just sitting in your living room chilling. And I love that. I love that. Thanks for coming. Yes, please do. Please do. Yes. So, like I was saying, we're talking about goals tonight. Before we get to that, as always, I like to put in the temperature. I want to see what mine is right now, guys. It was really, really a nice day, really a nice day. This weekend was cold. It was very cold. However, it really got warm today. So I'm just checking my temp, and I want y'all to put in the chat what yours is. Excuse me. So right now, let's see, right now it is 63 degrees. So that's great. Mine is 63. Right back at you, sis. I didn't speak nothing but the truth. Hey, unbiased queen. I appreciate you, unbiased. I am working on it. I had to clear up a few things in order to even be possible to attend. I'm going to talk about that before the live is over so that people can be aware of it and even possibly make plans to attend. I'm checking out them flights. Them flights, though, they looking redunculous. I'm like, woo! I'm finding prices like 6:30 and 7. So I'm looking for something a little bit cheaper. But the hubby and I definitely do want to attend. So we are making it our best effort to come. Okay, 67 and raining. Well, 67 is fine. It's just the rain, you know. But then again, we may need it. We honestly may need it. So Gina says she's got 50 degrees. 50 is not bad. I'm gonna tell you what's really was killing me. Last week it dropped down to 27 degrees, y'all. 27. I was like, brr, like that's crazy. Like, when does it get 27 here? It's crazy. So needless to say, I was snuggled up and I looked like a serious snow bunny. I have this huge winter coat that I bought when I went to London, and I had it on the whole time, and I had to go out. So I was thankful that I had it. 47 and raining. PIS says, wow. So she said, ride the train, rent a boat, just get exactly. we are exploring all options because, the networking. I love the networking, getting to meet like-minded people, expanding the community and the gardening community, and just getting a chance to kind of de-stress is a good thing. So we are definitely making plans to do that. So we will see an actual warm streak. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Very good, very good. Hey, Mike, what's up? Good to see you. Thank you for coming. So I'm very happy because it's going to be warm for the rest of the week. It is going to drop down a little bit to the high 50s, but that's okay with me. I just don't like it when it gets down into the 30s and definitely not that 27. So I'm happy about that. So these goals, guys, I have some serious goals. And I had goals last year. I always try to have goals. And I was trying to figure out, how did it go last year? Did the goals that I set for myself last year, how did they pan out? Now, in retrospect, I think I could have done a little bit better with certain things. So I'm going to have those goals again, guys. So one of the goals is that I don't want to continue to buy so much soil. I feel like, even though, guys, when I go to the store, basically Lowe's, I will always look for a bag that is not so full. It's full, but maybe a little bit has fallen out because it's half price. So I look at the bags that have the least amount that have come out, and I get those. But I still feel like I'm spending too much. So what I did was I said, you know what? Look at it and see. Go back and look at your receipts. With Lowe's, you have a MyLowe's account. If you do that, if you have a MyLowe's credit card, you can go back. Here's just a little financial tip. And I am big on saving money. So I just want to pass this tip. I'm not saying that's what you have to do. It's just a suggestion. If you get a MyLowe's credit card, like I had, you will get 5% off of every purchase, whether it is on sale or not. So that means the soil was half price, and then I got 5% off. Now, the way you make it work, guys, is you must be regimented and pay your bill prior to that next payment. So this is what I do. Swipe the card, go ahead and get the 5% off. Whatever I had in cash to spend, boom, I make the payment. I just make the payment. This is how you do it. Let's say you spend $100 in Lowe's, soil, fertilizer, whatever you're spending it on. This week, when I go home, whatever I spent, half is a payment. 2 weeks later, the second payment goes. There's no payment. I have not gotten any interest because I paid it prior to that date where that bill period closes, and you're building up a good credit rapport with the company. So what do? They reward you with more credit. Whether you need it or not is not the point. That's how I do. Just me. So I say that to say, because I have that, I can pull the records and see, what did I spend? How much money did I spend on soil this year? Well, guys, I'm not happy. I feel like I spent far too much on soil. And I keep asking myself, why? Well, part of the reason is I don't garden in the ground. Our soil is horrible. But I've been making plans to improve the quality of my soil, which will hopefully in a year or two will bring up the level of my soil. I hope it does. That's just the plan. So I started with a small area, 2 small areas in the yard, and we'll see how that goes. Um, let's put this up. 44 here. Ooh, it's winter. No frost in the morning yet, though. I can still plant and prune trees. That's right, Darth. Good for you. Good for you. Hey, Nikki, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah, that is a goal to try to spend less. That's a long-term goal, a short long-term goal. Short-term meaning next growing season, I'm going to try to decrease that. Long-term in the sense of if these spots in my yard and I put things in that spot and I see, oh, it's working, the soil is improving, things are thriving, then that long-term goal will have worked. So hopefully it will work because like I said, I'm not trying to keep spending a whole bunch of money buying soil. I'm just not. Yeah, exactly. On using credit cards to get the rewards and paying it right away. I do that. Yep. That's how you got to do it. But you cannot. And I'm not saying I've always been like that, guys. There was a time where I didn't quite understand how it worked. Because in reality, you should not be using debit cards. We should be using credit cards. Here's why. I knew this was going to verge off into goals, but this can be a goal too. Here's why. If you swipe your debit card and you don't like what you've purchased, the only option you have really is to return it to the store. And they may not even accept it. They may not. But here's what you do. When you use a credit card, you don't have to fight because something is wrong. You pick up that phone, you call your credit card company and let them know what's going on, and they're on it. How do I know? Because I've done it before and it works. If somebody, if there's fraud or something, yes, I know that my bank will say, hey, was this fraud? Da, 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 da. Is this yours? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to be good about it. And they'll say, okay, you're not responsible. But there have been times where they say, you're responsible up to this point. We'll take the rest, but this, you have to assume that responsibility. That is not the case with your credit card company. Not with a good credit card company. I don't know where everybody gets their credit from, but I'm just saying, with a good credit card company, they're going to be like, oh, no, no problem. No problem. So always good to do that. Soil's reusable. It is. It is. And here's my problem with that. You know, I get these containers, or I've gotten containers, not raised beds, just these plastic containers. I have one now. I was so happy to get it. The school, they were putting in trees at the new school. I got those big, huge containers. And I noticed, guys, a lot of them are split on the side. And so the soil is coming out, the soil is washing away. And I feel like it's wasting. I'm wasting that. I know it seems like something very little, but to me, I'm really in save mode. I don't want to waste it. And that brings me to my next goal, Mike. So thank you. We all know that we can beef up our soil. I've got to do better with that. I have got to do better with that. And I think part of it boils down to actually knowing what you need to do to beef your soil up. I do on some levels, but I've got to do better. That's what I've got to do better. I've got to improve. I've got to set a goal to say, okay, this is when I'm going to do it so that this soil that I'm using is just as good as when I purchased it. So I got some work to do in that regard. I looked at a video today. I looked at Broke's video where he talked about his his soil. Let me see my notes. It was so funny. The word he used. Oh, diabolical soil mix. Yeah, he was talking about how he uses the organic alfalfa pellets, garden tone, which is just granular fertilizer, compost manure, and potting soil. And so he said he gets the cheapest version, but that mix helps that soil. So I wish I knew what my needed, which means I need to set a goal to test my soil. Now I know it is definitely clay and sand. I can dig it up and see the sand and see the clay clearly. There's no doubt. It is definitely soil and clay. So, what do I do? How do I beef it up? That's what I need to work on. The organic matter, learning how to create a combination, if you will, to help build that soil up. So, yes, then I will feel better using my soil. I'm using the same soil since I started. I just amended. Yep. I didn't even see that, but that's exactly what I need to do. I want to learn how to do it better, guys. I do say, oh, I'm going to amend this soil. I'm going to add this. I'm going to add that. You know, a lot of times what I do, I will add maybe grass clippings and some leaves, but I want to be better. I want to be better than what I was the year before. I may throw some perlite, vermiculite, which honestly, I don't really feel like that is helping the soil at all. Not really. So Dar said, my house was built on a swamp. Wow. So it got filled with junk soil, rocks, and sand. I have to buy soil for my raised bed, looking to get bags of leaves for free. That is good. That is really good. Nikki said you could bury kitchen scraps underground, leave it to decompose, then dig it up and use it in your container and raise garden beds. You know what? I saw when you did that a while ago. I think it was actually during the summer when you were preparing for your fall garden, and I saw that. I also saw David Corey, and he was telling me, do it. Get them kitchen scraps and do it. And I have, guys, but I still feel like I need to do better. For example, I went in the refrigerator today. I was so disgusted. Went in the refrigerator today and I pulled some fruit out and I was like, ugh, it went bad. And you know what I did? Before I even thought about it, it went down the drain. And I just turned the thing on, ground it up, and then it's the way it goes. But I could be using that. And so I need to be more intentional with my kitchen scraps, more intentional also with my compost bed. My compost, you just wind it. No, that's not what I want to say. You just got to do this. What's that called? I don't know. I'm having a brain fart. But you just do this. And I cannot tell you how many times I've done it. Maybe once in the past 4 or 5 months. And the stuff that's in there has been in there for a long time. That's not good composting. If I had been doing good composting, I could take that out, boom, throw it in the bed and be happy and go on. And maybe that would help with the soil. But I will take your suggestions. I always do. My state is mostly lakes and ponds and swamps. So most houses built on junk soil. Yep. I have a friend whose husband is in real estate, and they're very knowledgeable as a couple. And she told me your subdivision is beautiful, but I remember when they built it, they hauled in sand and clay to build it up. So that's what I got. But I'm determined to improve my soil. I am determined. Hey, LP, good to see you. Thank you. The LP Dimension, thank you for listening. I appreciate you. So yeah, I really, really need to do that. Grass clippings, leaves, chip drops, all free. The wonderful thing that I have, and I have used it, but I gotta do better. Like I said, the bedding from the chickens. I gotta do better, y'all. I gotta do better. I think part of the thing is I need to sit down and develop a method that's going to work so that I can consistently put into practice the things that I know are going to work. That's a goal. I'm going to get there. The other thing is the swamp is 40 feet from my house. Wow. Drag my little wagon over there and fill up with swamp mud. Free 511. Oh, good for you. Yeah, that's another thing. You know, I've got all these aquariums and I do really well with using the water. And sometimes it's just so easy. It's like I've got a habit. Bring that water down to put new water in. That water goes outside. If I don't have, if I've watered it, if it's rained, I still put it in my storage container so I will have it. It's a routine. It's just like I don't even think about it. We just do it. Drain it off, put it in the buckets, put it in there. So I want to get like that when it comes to my other things, the leaves, the this, the that, instead of just being willy-nilly about it, if you will. I mean, I don't even know if that's a word. Hey, Crafty, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm gonna need some more t-shirts, sis. I'm gonna be calling you. I'll let you know. I'll give you a call, but I definitely need some more. That's all right. That's all right. I appreciate you being here in the bushes or not. You are appreciated. And that's everybody who's in the bushes. You are all appreciated. Like Nikki say, kitchen scraps are free too. Exactly. They really are. Burying kitchen scraps attracts the good worms. You know what? I do believe that. Tumble. Thank you. That was the word I could not think of. Tumble. Darth. I can't do his voice. But yes, red wrigglers. So Nikki says, I used to get so mad when food spoiled. Yep. Now it doesn't make me so angry because I know I can use it in my garden. Yeah, that's true. That is so true. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, LGG. Love. So guys, you know, y'all know me. I'm so emotional. I really appreciate it when people do things to help me. Like everybody in the chat that's, you know, giving me suggestions and saying, hey, do this. Hey, keep that in mind. I really appreciate it. And I do it. I really do. And that's one thing I do love. I love our community. I love the fact that y'all are so open, that you share, because it makes me better. It really does. And that's why I enjoy networking, because I always learn something. I always get better. Also, when we go to these events to network, I like to support people and their endeavors. Small businesses is what I enjoy supporting. So I'm saying all of this to thank LGG Love. She said last week in my live that she was going to do the video and show me what she did in her greenhouse. And she did. I almost missed it. Matter of fact, I just saw it today. So I'm so happy I did. So the next time you drop a video, and it's going to help me, just at me and I will get that notification. Even though YouTube is so crazy, I am supposed to get your notifications. But in the event, I did see it. So I would love to do what you did and be a copycat. And again, like I always say, when someone copies you, it's a high way of flattering you, letting you know, hey, you did a great job and I want to do it too. So I think that was great what you did, LGG Love, and I want to do it too. And when I do, I hope you don't mind if I do a video and I will shout you out in my video because the idea came from you. So what she did is she took like a 2x4 and she put it on the outside of the greenhouse and then the plastic, and then she clamped it on. And then she has the bricks around. And what she's going to do is next year, or when it gets warm, she's going to cement that in. And that makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. To cement that in, you've got it. It was blowing and everything was fine. I will say this. Putting the rebar in my greenhouse and attaching the frame to the rebar has been beautiful. That thing has not blown anywhere. It's been windy, it's been crazy, but it still stayed there. And I got that suggestion from somebody in the chat. months ago. So I, like I said, appreciate everybody giving their suggestions. Yes, it is. It is gold. I just need to find a better way to let it cool down because it is hot. So you can't use it right away. So I have to figure out how I need to do that. Turning the soil. I think I'm a little behind in the chat. Oh, it's okay. I'm a little behind in getting to the bottom of the chat. So no worries. No worries. Good fish water. Awesome. Yes. Hey, Janet, almost homesteaded with Janet. How are you, dear? So happy you made it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Everybody is saying hello. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. Hey, Hans, so good to see you. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. And I saw your video for the WIG 2024. Boop, boop, boop. I love it. I love watching everybody's videos, getting excited. You know, Psalms got her video out there. I mean, it's just so much fun, and I enjoy being a part of that. It really is nice. So he said, Dar said to Mike, I'd love to get free stuff, but there's not enough space in my front yard right now for a dump truck to get in. You know, we have a lot of construction where I'm at, and I would love to get some of the soil. So where I live, they are widening the road. It has been a rather small community, and it's growing, and so they had to widen the road. They cut down a ton of trees. I wish I could have got the wood chips because they have the company that is grinding up the wood chips. Of course, they've already got plans for that. I believe they sell it, and then that company they sell it to, they sell it in big quantities. The soil, they have already allocated, the guy said, where that soil that they have dug up is going. I'm like, okay. It's probably going into communities, newer communities like mine, how years ago they got the soil, I mean, the sand and the clay. That's probably what they are doing. They're going to sell it to a contractor or somebody. So unfortunately, I can't. Yes, very cool that you would do that for me. So I definitely appreciate you, LGG. I really do. I really do. Yeah, so Rambo built a pallet box filled with wood chips. It's already heated up a couple of days later. Ooh. That's a good idea. Like if y'all think if it had like 3 sides or think 4 sides. Because I'm thinking 3 sides. When I pull it out, dump it in there. When I muck out the yard, dump it in there. And then also dump all scraps, this, that, and the third in there. I don't know. I'm thinking that might be good. That might be good. Ooh, yep. It wasn't me. I can't take credit. Somebody, well, I will take the credit for being wise enough to benefit from someone else's experience. Yes, someone else gave me that idea in the chat months ago when it was warm. I think it may have been July or August. And I went, bought the rebar. It's not that expensive. And just hammer it in, clamp it, hammer it in, clamp it. I use zip ties, but I use the metal zip ties. My husband bought it's a little device. You put it in there and it clamps it and snaps it if you want it snapped. So that's how I did that, and it is not going anywhere. So happy about that. So the next goal that I have, guys, is, you know, I always say, oh, I'm going to start my spring and summer garden in January, the end of January. And man, by the time last frost comes, I'm going to be good and no. Either I get leggy little seedlings, or something happens and they die, or I put them out and they're not good. So I am starting it in December. Yes, this month I have actually started seedlings that will go out in the spring this month, last week. That's my goal. I want to stick to it. It's part of a larger goal, guys. I know that years ago, people did not have grocery stores and they lived and survived off of what they grew. I also acknowledge, true, they did have more time than we do, but we're also more knowledgeable, I believe, than they were. So I want to grow enough food. And my goal is always 80% of the food I eat, I want to come from my backyard. I have never yet got to master that. And I think part of the problem is when I grow, I have to grow with survival in mind. Years ago, I thought about it. What was the difference between pioneers years ago and us today? Now, I will say this, many of you are probably at 80% already. Many of you probably eat so much from your garden, and that's beautiful. I'm going to get there. I will say this, certain things I don't grow. I'm like 100% with tomatoes, 100% with peppers, 100% with lettuces, things like that. But I want to pull it in so everything is at least 80% or better. So how do I do that? I started thinking about this. We have the knowledge. We know about NPK. We know about soil. We can get it tested. We know about gardening and containers versus this. So what's the missing link for me? I need to start earlier, and I have to grow with the mindset of survival. If I don't drop these seeds, I'm not going to make it. My family's not going to be able to eat. If I do that, I'll be more intentional. So I go Salo. Hey Psalms, thank you for coming. So I want you guys to follow me on my journey. Because next year, this time, I don't want to be saying, what's my goals for the next season? What's my goal for the next year? I want to say goals that I've accomplished this year, goals that I've attained to, that I've mastered. The only way you can do it, the only way I see doing it is to have a goal and to plan it, a realistic goal. So that's what I'm working on. I'm starting it, like I said, sooner. If something happens, boom. Hey, Mr. Intrigue Arts and More, you making any cool crafts today? She's always making something cool. Always. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I'm about to dust off my sewing machine because I don't like to get rid of things, and I have some things that I'm just going to cut out squares, and I'm going to go ahead and make a quilt from it. So we'll see. So Psalm says, good, glorious evening, pescatarian, and everybody listening in these bushes. Good for you. But it was sweet to hear that you were thinking of me. Oh, of course. Always. Always. I really do. Like you know what? I know that we all have busy lives, but it's nothing for me to be on my tablet or my phone while I'm waiting. I'm in line, using the bathroom, etc., etc., etc. I enjoy it. Especially since TV is not really my thing, I really enjoy it. You dreaming of how you can make a pallet compost box now. I am. Yeah, I am. I am. I'm telling you, I'm on it, y'all. I'm on it. I'm going to be more intentional. They say nothing beats a failure but a try. I have to try. I have to try and see where it takes me. I'm going to do it. Rebar is cheap. We buy it all the time to practice. But oh, wow. Cool. It is cheap. It really is. I thought it was going to be a lot. I found an expired bag of chickpea garbanzos. Yep, flour in the back of the cupboard. It's going to my raised bed for the frost. Wow. See? I wouldn't have thought about that, but you're right. I would have been like, It's flour, nah. And I know that Nikki, something I saw her do, it may have even been years ago, with the milk, pouring the milk in there. And I'm just like, hey, that's something I gotta do. I gotta do it. I always say the same thing: never ever get my veggies started as early as I plan. It's true, but I'm not doing that again. I'm so sick. You know, they say, I don't know who it was. Someone said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Y'all, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I do good in my garden. I do good. I really do. But I want to do better. And that comes with planning. And the way you plan, you must set a goal. Think about how to execute that goal and go ahead and do it. And that's what I'm going to do, y'all. And guess what? I'm thrilled that y'all will be following me and looking and seeing how I'm doing. I need to do it this month too. Thanks for the reminder. Oh, you are welcome, sweetie. You are welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nikki said, Janet, life happens. It does. It really does. And we all know it. But I also know that if you have the right mindset, it will help a little bit. And it will. I never asked you what the LNG stands for. Well, somebody wants to know what the LNG stands for, Janet. Janet wants to know, LGG, what it stands for. So put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. I got to start tomatoes, peppers, so I can get them out by April. Yeah. So that's another thing. Let me tell you what I used to do. I used to think that my way of doing it was so smart. I would be like, okay, what's my last frost date? Okay. What's 6 weeks from then? Okay. Let me drop the seeds then. So that in 6 weeks, they'll be big enough to go out. No, they not. Them things is like, what you doing, Ma? It's cold out here. It's chilly. Sometimes it's still cold. Not your cold, but our cold. Sometimes it's just too much for them and they don't make it. If I was gardening with the intention of, hey, this is for survival, boom, I would have had it done. And the way I succession plant would be a little bit more frequent. Instead of every month, every 3 weeks to 4 months, 3 weeks to 4 weeks or a month, I would do it a lot sooner. Drop them seeds. When them come up, drop some more. When those come up, drop some more. Because think about it. It takes some 7 to 21 days is about the average. It's either going to fall somewhere in between there. So, excuse me. That means you need to go ahead, and when you see them come up, if you drop them and it's 21 days later, it makes sense. It makes sense. So going forward, calendar, reminders, I'm going to do it. I want a blacksmith. Ooh, I think you just want to, is it that you just want to fire things up and whatnot, bang on things and melt stuff? And that's what I think of when I think of being a blacksmith. Yes, very smart. I agree. My hubby made a tiny forge out of tabletops, 12-inch grills. Wow, nice. I'm 10 to 20% from my garden. I'm trying to put in more raised beds over winter and do succession planting. Yes. So I have, of course, my cayenne peppers are in the greenhouse and they will produce all throughout the winter. Fall, winter, they just don't stop. They just keep going. My green peppers, my mini bell peppers, some of them are looking a little raggedy, but I have a few peppers. I actually have 2 tomato plants in the greenhouse. They got tomatoes on them. I'm not picking them yet because I think they could get a little bit bigger, but I will pick them and then I will put them in the house to let them ripen up. But I'm trying to do that so that I can have those and I will get harvest sooner. I'll be able to put them out. They're already mature. I just need them to get some blooms. So then I'll say, okay, what do I need to give them? I need to give them some phosphorus to create blooms. So that's the type of fertilizer they will get. The roots are already established. So, like I said, knowing that knowledge and going forward with it so that I can reach my goal is going to be a big thing. So, Janet, I love the TV show Forged in Fire. I never heard of it. I got to check it out. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? Oh, man, y'all. All right, I'll just have to come back and look at that. Me too. Okay. So Di said I harvested half my medlar fruit, persimmons cousin, from a container grown tree. Should I do a video? Should you do a video? But of course, please do. Absolutely. I say yes. Listen, somebody's going to benefit from that video, even if it's just, ooh, that was interesting. So that's a word I want to master, some goals by next year, but it seems to be a song on loop at this point. I'm trying to do better. We're all trying to do better, Queen. We're all trying to do better, and we all can keep each other encouraged. She said she's working on a few things. Hey, Roro, thank you for coming, girl. I appreciate you. That leads me into another thing that we talked about last week ago. We talked about me not drinking water the way I should. I talked about how my dad does it. Every morning he's good to go. Well, I said in the chat last week that I was going to go ahead and do it. And if I put it out there, I would stick to it. And I just want to tell you guys that I've stuck to it. So what I do is I have a cup and I fill it with water and I put like a few pieces of ice. And in the morning, it's perfect. And I drink it. It is 23 or 24 ounces. I will not, sometimes I drink the whole thing. Sometimes I don't. I'm just tickled over the fact that I've consistently every morning since last week, Tuesday, gotten up and drank my water. Guys, I don't like water. I don't know why. I just don't like water. So what I was doing is I was putting those little flavors in there. And then I was like, no, that's not good. That's not good. I need real stuff. So sometimes I would cut the fresh lemon balm and throw it in the water. The lemon balm has slowed down a bit since it's gotten cooler. So I'm leaving it alone because I use lemon balm for a lot of my products. But I'm really proud of myself, guys. I really am. Thank you, Roro. I appreciate that. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. What I'm also doing, guys, is I'm writing down in like a little journal just for myself, just to see if certain things change with the water. Health-wise. I know it's good for your skin. I know it's good for a lot. So I just want to encourage myself to keep going, not to just do it and then kind of slow down, because that's what happens, to be honest with you. And I don't want to do that. I want to keep it up. The older you get, the more you need to keep it up. Guys, I need to. So I appreciate the encouraging words, the support, the claps, the keep it going, the congratulations, because it helps me to keep going. And I'm going to do it. So Ambaya said fresh lemon and cucumbers in the water is really good and refreshing. So lemon and cucumber. Okay. I'm going to do it. Nikki says in the water flavored. I'm the water flavor packet girl too. Yes, but I'm trying to just drink that straight water. It's challenging. So the next thing, my next goal is, I have a lot of trees, guys. And I always say that I'm going to put them in the ground and whatnot. And some of my trees are in the ground, but I want them all. I want all of my frost hardy trees in the ground, all of them. My Albertina olive, my pear tree, all of those, some of my citrus, I want them all in ground. Now, my banana tree that I put in ground, the way I had to do it so that it would survive is I know I told y'all before, but I'm just going to be a little repetitive for those that may not know. I dug a big hole. I dug out all that sand and clay, and I put a bag of soil in there. Then I put the tree in, and then I collected all that sand and stuff and put it on top. And then around it, I put some wood chips. My thinking was it's going to survive because it's got that good soil. But then as the roots go deeper, because it will mature and be older, maybe it will be able to survive in that sandy kind of yucky soil. So we'll see. Darth is a Mio squirty things. Yes, for those of you that don't know, Mio has a little container and you just squirt the flavoring into your water. I've used those too. I'm loving many different teas now. Oh, yes, ma'am. I am too. Making teas with lots of stuff I got growing in that backyard. So like I said, in some respects, I'm doing wonderful. You know, when you don't have to, I'm definitely a tea drinker. But when I can go in the backyard and get some stuff and make tea and try this and try that, man, Lipton, Bungalow, deuces. I got my own. So I love it. Mike said I was doing Crystal Light, etc. Now trying to just do what? Yeah, I've done Crystal Light too. Oh my goodness. So Janice said, "Oh, I love the off-brand meals. I love grape from Walmart the most." That's how I feel. My plain water is yuck. Years ago, I was in Canada with family, and there's this guy, Chris, who took me for a ride on his motorcycle. And we went up to the mountain, and I got some fresh water from the mountain. He said, "Hey, there's a spot. It's a crag. You can get fresh water." The snow was melting, and it comes down. And man, that was the best water I've ever tasted. If I could get that every day, that would be great. So PIA says coconut water. Now my husband and his brother, they do that coconut water thing. His brother is like, "Man, the coconut water is good. Come on, bro, you need to get on it." Next thing I know, my husband's like, "Hey, babe, yes, a delivery's coming of some coconut water. Can you take it in for me?" "Sure, hon." Coconut water everywhere. LGG is asking, what's your lowest temperature in your zone? The average low is, I would say our average low is about 38, 40. Even with the 27, it was only 27 degrees for maybe an hour. And then my temperature is like this. We laugh about it because I left the house. I'll give you an example. I left the house Sunday morning for service, and I had on my winter coat, and I felt fine. It was good. But when I came out of morning service, it was too hot for the coat. So it could be 38 degrees at night, but then it's going to be 71, 72. So some people wear shorts all year round. I was freezing Saturday, freezing. I see a group of kids. They had the local schools did a race where the kids had to create their own go-karts, their own mode of transportation. And then the schools came together and they raced each other. So many kids had on shorts because at a certain point of the day, it warms up so much. It's always a 30 to 40 degree difference. So that's my low, about 38, 40. I should be able to plant bananas in ground here, zone 9A, 8B, but I want to put a cold frame. That would be good. That would be good. I just was told to cut them down and put some mulch on top. So we'll see how they do if they come back. Great drink mix turns your poo neon green. Yes, it does. Let me tell you something. So does black frosting. If you ever get a cake and someone puts black frosting, or you buy from the bakery with the black frosting, look for the neon green in the toilet, because it will definitely turn it green. Make sorrow drink. That's what. Oh, now that's a good point. Because sorrel is good for you. Very good. Very good for you. Wow. She said, make Marby drink. That's water. I don't know about that. Marby. I never heard of that. I'm going to have to look that up, LGG. You didn't give me some homework. Freaked me out. I had to Google it. Yes. Yeah, it freaked us out. We were at this was years ago. We were at some friend's house, and the cake she had black frosting. And the next day, everybody was like, "Man, something crazy happened." What? I had green poop. Like, it was like bright green. You too? Wait, you did? Yeah. Come to find out, everybody who had the cake had it. So that's how we knew it was the cake. But yeah, it did freak me out at first. -4. What? Woo! -4. Stay warm. Stay warm. Make passion fruit juice another way to drink water. That's true. I think that I'm going to explore that, because I usually just put the lemongrass in there. But I have a lot of different things growing that I should be able to, put those leaves and try different things. So I appreciate that. I am so amused by the toilet after eating black icing. Yeah, man, it's crazy, huh? Man, I was like, what is this? And then you like, oh, I'm not going to say nothing. Is something wrong? Is my stomach? Did I eat something bad? Then someone who's courageous enough to say, yeah, I was in the bathroom, and you're like, what? Funny. My goal is to do more teas. Okay, good. Yeah, guys, put your goals in the chat. If you got goals, put it in the chat. I'll give you guys a few minutes. Another goal is, it is December 9th. Why do I still have bags of bulbs in my refrigerator? I said, oh, I'm going to put them in the refrigerator so they stay cold, and then I can just put them in the ground. I said that in October. I said in November I was going to do it. It's now December. So my goal is, if I plant more bulbs next year, to really put them in the ground and not put them in the refrigerator to fool them into thinking that they are cold. I'm not going to do that anymore. I want to do it so that I can make sure that they're in the ground and they're going to come up in a timely fashion. So that means I have to do it October, November, and December. But I should do it earlier so that they all can be done, because, guys, it's 3 bags. 3 bags. Bad pescatarian gardener. I got to get on it. I bought some teas to try and drink teas instead of Diet Mountain Dew. Yes, girl. Stay off that Diet Mountain Dew. Hey, Cece. Start in my garden for the spring, sis. I took your suggestion. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Cece. Janet. I love it. Yeah. So my next goal is based on Black's Tropical video. They did a video of harvesting their pineapple. Guys, when my garden zone changed, we got in new things. I had always eaten pineapple and taken the top off, put it in some water, let it root, and grow it. I have only one surviving, and I think I might get something one day. Who knows? It's pretty big. It's pretty big. I always put it in the greenhouse. It always does fine. But when the garden zone changed, y'all, Lowe's got a whole bunch of different things. We got some incredible pineapple plants, and they were not bad. They were like $14. I was like, ooh, let me scoop up this two. Let me scoop up these two. So they're growing good. I want to get a pineapple. That's my goal. So I listened and took notes very intently to their video. But they also talked about a better way of getting new plants. And that was, instead of taking the top off, when you have your pineapple plant, you can remove those pups that grow on the side, those shoots, and then that's a new plant. Maybe I'm crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. So going forward, I will be doing that because my thing is to have that lush tropical feel where I live. I want to feel like I'm in the tropics. Pineapple, moringa, my guava, my kiwi, all of that. So the more, the better. And they made an interesting point. Bobby said that when he put the pineapple in the ground versus keeping the pineapple in a container, he said the container did better. So, guys, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that I keep mine in containers. They're in containers now. I'm going to make sure that I keep them in a container. I'm going to fertilize them good. I'm going to make sure that I do everything that I need to do so that I can have the pineapple grow and give me a pineapple. Now, y'all know me. When I do that and I get that pineapple, girl, guys, y'all gonna see it because I'm gonna surely post a video. Go reached. Got my pineapple. You're gonna harvest it with me. So I'm going to. Cece said, she's speaking. She said, yes, I used to grow pineapples for years. Wow. And she said, I like it in containers. Okay. Well, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that, LP. The LP dimension. I just love saying your name. The LP dimension. Anyway, I appreciate that. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to be very intentional. Hey, Glamour Planner, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming. I really, really, appreciate all the love and support. It just makes it so nice to know everybody is supporting you on your goals, here to take give suggestions. Encouragement is wonderful. It's wonderful. So LP said, thanks for sharing your goals. It's exciting and motivating to hear someone else sharing theirs. I love hearing yours too. There's nothing like the flavor of your own pineapple. So sweet and juicy. That's what they said. They said that thing was good. So, yeah. Oh, so Janet said, LP, that she watched your new wormy video. I'm going to check it out. I'm glad you like saying it. I do. It just rolls off the tongue. So, guys, I appreciate you coming to my live. I thank you for coming. I appreciate the support because guess what? Without y'all, there is no me. You could hold down a live by yourself and talk and talk and talk. It'll be like a talk show with no guests. But how much fun is it when you know you've got A, people that are coming, B, people that are going to put something down in the chat to keep the convo going, C, people that are going to give you a thumbs up and a like and maybe possibly share it. Also, A, B, C, and D, people that consistently watch your replay. Love you, Lisa and Joe. Thank you. It means a lot. It means a lot to me. So I just wanted to put that up there on the banner so everybody can hear it and see it, and y'all can reinforce the love I have for this community. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So I appreciate you all. I'm going to get off. I want to thank everybody. Sometimes I forget saying someone's name when I say good night. Oh, can anyone answer my question? Please, definitely. Repost it, Queen. Repost it, please. Please. My next goal is I want to get my shelves and grow lights all set up downstairs. Well, that's a good goal. That is a good goal because having them grow lights and having everything set up is going to bring about success. You can't have success if you don't plan for it. And I'm planning for success. Oh, okay. She says she didn't see the question. Yeah, me too, Janet. Good. See, we all have those. I'm trying to scroll down. Hey, Grand Acres. How are you? Let's see. She said, what was the question? Okay, I think this is it. I want to know why my dog keeps on digging up my pineapple tops. You know, pineapples smell very good. Just my little 2 cents. Maybe he likes the way the smell of the pineapple. That's probably what it is. Because dogs have a very keen sense of smell. And I don't know what kind of dog it is, but some dogs, their sense of smell is so strong, they say, it's as if they can see it, the scent. So that could be it. So LP says, I actually have to go and feed the rest of my worms. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I scored a Buddha's hand citrus at my local Posh Garden store today. Wow. Wow. That's fantastic. I hope it does well for you. I really do, Dart. Yes, thank you. She says, have a blessed evening. Yeah, I'm gonna get off because I'm biased. LP said he had no idea. Janet said, sorry. Not sure how I missed that, but no idea either. I think it's the smell of it. I think it's the smell. I really, really do. I just wanted to find my lost bag of seeds. Oh no. Moringa. What doggone it. I'm trying to think. I have my email. Seemed like I seen somebody had some for sale. If I'll try to find it and let you know. Well, I gotta go, guys, because I want to spend some quality time with the hubby. Yes, I gotta go too, guys. I love you guys so much for coming and spending time with me, letting me vent and get my garden talk out. It means a lot. Cece said I would put it in a pot unbiased so he can't get to it. And she said, okay, Queen, that makes sense. I guess she can smell it. I think so. Aw, she's a a female. She likes good smelling things. She's like a lot of us. Yeah, everybody is saying their goodbyes. Guys, I hope that y'all have a good week. She said I recently moved it in a box somewhere. Oh, okay. I hope you find it. She says, bye, y'all. If I don't see y'all on these YouTube streets, you'll see me in your comments because I always comment. If I don't comment, I will always, but always give a thumbs up. Yes, that is frustrating when it happens. Mike says, take care. Yep, we could talk for hours. You're so right. I know I could. Bye. Love you too. Quinny, thank you for coming. If you're in the bushes, thank you too. Thank you, Unbiased. Thank you, Cece. Thank you, Darth X. Thank you, Quinny H. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Almost Homesteading with Janet. Thank you, Grand Acres. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, LP. Thank you, PIA. Thank you, Hands in the Dirt. Thank you, Psalms. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Darth X. Thank you, The Glamour Planner. Thank you, Roro Latrice. Thank you, 70 Plus Gardener. Come on. Thank you, everybody. Besos. And like I always say, whatever you're doing, you enjoy it. Gózalo.